All right, what's up, everybody? It's the Arty 84 show, live here in Revere, Massachusetts, for a limited time only. Hopefully.
Yes.
Episode 113, which is very ironic. It's 113.
Look at that.
It's because today we're going to be talking about paranormal activity.
And conspiracies. And
conspiracy
all that stuff.
theories.
It's the paranormal edition.
Paranormal.
Yes.
And it's
Halloween episode.
This is the Halloween episode. So we'll be talking about all stuff paranoia. If you're watching live on Facebook and you want to chime in, feel free to join in on the talk with us and tell us anything you find that's funky.
Ghosts and ghoulies.
Ghosts and ghoulies and stuff. And yeah, we'll go from there. Of course, there's always the mallets to the left of me, of course.
Yeah,
and,
always got my vampire blood.
Susie's sitting naked on the couch preparing for pregnancy, so in case we go into labor tonight, she's ready to go.
I love how Susie, you don't even flinch. The dog's like licking your toes. You don't even flinch. It's nothing. Just like, whatever.
So
I'd be like, that's just...
I'm used to it.
So before we go into the paranormal talk, me and her went to a 9-hour-long birth class on Saturday.
How'd that go?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of information that
This thing's creepy as hell. This is perfect.
that I didn't really know, that I really didn't need to know. Yeah, did you like that?
That's our fake
So
Henry.
if you look right there,
I saw your post, your text.
Yes.
If I find them calling child.
Adam is holding the fake Henry right now, and this is our simulated baby for the next 6 to 7 weeks. Prior to our baby being delivered, so the dogs primarily can get used to it. We wrapped a diaper around it. We made it smell like a baby.
No, we didn't take that class.
We haven't done that.
Grab like right here.
No,
do this and
the
you
CPS.
literally do this. It looks like you're killing the fucking
Nola
child.
might.
I'm not kidding.
No, tell her
No.
Nola might bite you thinking you're hurting the baby.
Yeah, but that's actually what you're supposed to do. It looks violent. You're supposed to grab right here, flip on your arm, or so it looks like this, and then you do this on the backside.
I wouldn't be surprised if
It
Nola
looks
bites your
so
finger
violent,
right now.
And they're usually like,
That's the baby.
yes.
You were now holding the baby.
No, gentle.
This will be a real life baby in 7 weeks.
Yes, Arty.
How do you like those apples, huh?
But
That's
this
scary.
Is the Halloween episode.
We watched
Come hug me.
we watched a live video of a baby crowning from a vagina
I
during
don't
the
know
class.
how I feel about Adam holding the baby.
Well, Adam, we gave you a golden ticket. You will be in the delivery room with us.
No.
I am
Right next
I'm
to
a
me.
last ditch effort, but Suze, honestly, like I know you cried last time, but I'm 100% serious when I tell you. If it was like the worst case scenario, no one's around, and no one else, no other option. That's actually somebody I could, and you would want that because you do want your baby delivered healthy, don't you?
Well, that's funny you say. It's
I
because
believe you, but
not a worst case
So you'd
scenario.
rather not at all.
You're number.
I'm saying last
right.
ditch.
We should just tell him he's number 2 on the list.
no, he's not.
It doesn't
Just
matter.
be honest.
There's a chance that I might not even show up, and you have to take my price.
Yeah,
so.
because you're going to be bored like you were yesterday.
I was so fucking bored yesterday. I did a day. Yesterday I did absolutely nothing. Literally a day of my life. I went outside for 15 minutes to take the dogs out. I didn't leave the house all day.
Susan, in an immature stance here, I understand your lady parts are a bit here, but we're looking at the life of a child here. I'm not.
No,
I'm
I
not-
know.
I'm
And
not- I'm being serious here.
believe
I like worst case. Like it's not
Yeah.
going to happen. I'm saying, but like absolute worst case scenario.
Worst case, it's best case scenario. Adam shows up. I mean, we got your fucking name on the list. You got the golden ticket. You're ready to go, man.
I'd prefer not to be called to this, but I'm just saying.
You got some VIP.
I'm not saying this like I want to, Suze. I'm just saying, like
your
I want
security,
your kid to be
your
healthy.
security level is higher than my mother's. So you own Mass General, Beckett room floor 14, whatever's it called, right? So the fuck are we going?
No, Blake 14.
Blake 14. That's what we'll be when.
Well, actually, in this case, I would hope that I'm higher than Ellen. No offense to Ellen, but I'm sure her old school methods of baby delivering are probably like just like pull it out.
No,
whatever. Like
hers were
modern.
Hers were emergency C-sections.
Yeah, I was a C-section baby.
Yeah,
Were you a
me
C-section
too.
baby?
I was. I had a cord around my neck.
Oh yeah, my buddy had that.
I don't know what the fuck parents were doing back in the day because I didn't hear half the fucking shit that goes on these days.
Yeah, I was huge. I was almost 10 pounds.
Were you really?
I was a freaking watermelon.
Jesus
I felt
Christ.
bad for my mom.
God, it was all cock, that kid. So they said to him when they pulled him out. That chicken walked by and like, this is really confusing. No, yeah, so there's some lady volunteered to have a video of her baby being born. And you could see the head crowning through her vagina.
Yep.
That's a little fucked up.
Did it look like a blue Chucky doll?
What did it look like?
Face blue?
What did it look like to me? It looked like when you like say you had like a cow that still had hide stuck to the stake.
Well, the face is kind of like this. It's kind of smeared.
No, but the head was coming out first, so you had a little head in the vagina was splitting open, and you could start to see the roast beef rings. And then it's like it was almost like you cut a piece of steak and there was still hair stuck in your steak.
Gotcha.
It was almost like I got a sirloin and I rubbed it on Nola's back.
Oh.
Oh no! Whoop. Jesus, manhandling little Henry over there.
What if you could get a power slide, baby? What if it turns and it comes out like woo, like out feet first? That sounds painful.
Birched, breached.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just C-section at that point.
Yes, they would, Arty.
This is the horror edition.
Or go to the doctor and they try to turn the baby from
Yeah, that sounds painful.
the outside.
Yeah, there's a method to turn the baby that sounds absolutely painful.
Yeah, sounds
I don't know why
brutal.
anyone would do that.
Luckily, Henry's already head down, so I don't think he'll be going back.
Head
anymore.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah. 7 more weeks. Holy fuck.
Yep. Get ready.
We got the baby shower this
You're gonna have a child.
this Sunday.
Yes, you are.
We'll be our first guest on the show. I bet he gets here before Ryan Glover does. Fuck. Casey's supposed to be joining us within the next week, maybe.
How's Casey?
Casey, I don't even know
Casey Anthony?
No, I wish. Casey, I used to work with at Moggs. Well, I still work with him, actually.
Have I met her?
The author, yes. The book
Casey.
writer.
I've met her?
You know little Casey.
Have I?
Casey's been on the show more times than anyone has been
I
as a
guess
guest.
okay, then
You've met him.
Met him? Oh, it was
Yes.
Casey. I thought I
No,
said
no.
Mr. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Berto?
No, Casey, the one I work with Moggs.
Oh, Casey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
He's trying to get on next week, so I told him to come over and sit in our living room and enjoy.
Yes.
He does enjoy the show. He's number one guest.
Number one.
No. What?
You've also
Alex
got another
Wallace.
guest next week.
I have who?
Another guest.
Who, your
This is
mother?
Alex Wallace.
Yeah.
Is your mother going to ask some questions?
Probably.
Can you come up with 10 questions for Sue's mom for next week?
She's probably
love-
gonna ask why you guys talk so explicit.
That's fine.
I don't think your mom would ask that at all.
Honestly, I wish I could go back in time and talk to your mom. Like when she was. I bet she's got some stories.
Your mom,
I love talking to
your
your
mom coulda
I love
went to
talking-
Woodstock.
Me and your mom have bonded. Like I love talking to your mom. She's awesome.
your mom's
Mom
like a,
just doesn't like
My
when
mom was
you
at Woodstock.
talk dirty stuff in
Yeah.
front of her. It makes her uncomfortable.
oh
My mom's at Woodstock too.
yeah.
Your mom was at Woodstock?
No, my mother was like 7 at Woodstock.
Oh, my mom was at Woodstock. My mom was like barely. She was like 18.
Your mother would have been like 18, 19.
Who was it? 69?
Oh, your mom was at Woodstock?
Could
Oh,
have been.
No,
Wait,
I
she
don't
could have
think
been.
so.
mine was.
Yeah?
Mine was. Yep. She still has the mud. She still has her coat that she wore with the dry mud stains on it.
What
that
kind of
keeps
stories
it
did she have?
She doesn't tell
Was
me.
she with your dad, or was
and I
she-
don't want to know.
was before your
She was
dad?
like 18. She's like 18.
I don't know. When your parents met, how do I know?
No, but I've asked her before, and the only thing she'll say to me is kind of I really don't want to know a lot of
Yeah.
things. But I've said, what happened. She's like, well, I don't remember a part of it. Janet remembers the part.
Who's Janet?
My mom's best friend.
Okay.
She's like, Janet remembers the parts I don't. So maybe if you talk to me and talk to her, you get the whole
Oh
story.
God, you don't want to hear about stories your
No,
mom.
I
was-
don't. I really don't.
I don't blame you.
I'm sure
Same.
it was a blast.
I'm
and,
sure she had a great time.
I'm sure she did.
Think she dropped any acid and was kind of going a little
I
wide.
don't know. She doesn't talk much about it.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll get a
She's-
memoir. And
Think we could get it out of her?
no,
Think we could? How much? A couple of glasses of wine,
She
maybe.
doesn't drink.
No, she doesn't drink.
not really. No.
Maybe we should bring back some of the Eric Powers special
I think
potion.
someday this is stuff.
When
I
you give her
don't
one of
want.
the candy bars that Eric has, I mean,
God.
she'd be singing like a fucking bird.
Yeah.
We got every you get more information you need here.
Artie, what would you do since we are on the paranormal edition? What would you
Paranoia.
do if this doll
Let's start
head
talking.
just rotated? Like
That'd
this,
be
this
freaky.
doll? Would you throw it?
I don't know what I'd do.
Throw it across.
So it is the paranormal
Yeah.
activity and
Conspiracy
such
edition.
conspiracy edition. Yes, and we do this every once in a while, especially around Thanksgiving. I mean, Halloween.
Halloween, close enough.
I mean, Thanksgiving's there too.
Yeah.
And do you have a list of things you want to start about, or?
Oh no, we could just.
I was
run
gonna
down.
start with the
Let's go.
the house we went to in Georgia.
Okay, you want to talk about Sorrel Wheat House?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
because you just released that video last week, right?
Yep, I did. Yes.
And you yourself and myself and my big Mikey and Joey. I mean, not Joey didn't go. Eric went.
Joey wasn't there.
No.
He wasn't, was he? That's right.
Mikey and Joey didn't go.
Oh.
It was just us, me, you,
No, Mikey
Mike.
was there. I have a photo
Mikey
with
was
him
there.
in it.
Yeah, Maddie didn't go.
Maddie didn't go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the four of us went there. And so I don't know. We'll give everyone the summary of the house. I know we talked about this before, but
the thing about the house was there was a lot of things that happened that were, I mean, it was, it's an old house. It was built during 1772?
something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. For a wealthy shipping merchant. and it was built for him and his wife Matilda. And then Matilda killed herself, and because he allegedly had an affair with a slave named Molly.
Allegedly, yes.
And then so she killed herself, but then a week later, the slave Molly was found dead. That's like the touristy version of the story. But the time when she was killed. The time when the wife committed suicide actually kind of contradicts some things, because she killed herself after they had already sold the house and moved to the one next door. So it's kind of like, well, what are you telling me here? You know, but the fact of the matter is that area is within a region of when one of the bloodiest battles of the Revolutionary War took place, the siege of...
Yeah, because you remember they were talking about bodies buried? They found bodies in the basement
and they
of
put
the
them
house.
back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess there's a law, if you remove them, then you have to... there's something you have to do. I forgot about
I thought they
part.
said you had to excavate the entire fucking house or something
Yeah,
like
but
that.
you could put them back in and it's fine.
Yeah, which is kind of creepy that we were walking on that dirt floor down there, that the body's buried underneath there. But I guess it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's an old house.
But I do think a better explanation, if there truly are hauntings going on, is that it's probably because a lot of people died. And it uses like doctor's office down there. Remember the surgeries performed?
That's true.
All the mixing of what you would expect from a bunch of shit to happen.
So I doubt that it's anything to do with that family, but I mean it could.
It could be a mix of both. I said, you know, who knows?
Yeah.
It could be both. I don't know if it's anything. All I know is what we experienced, and nothing was like definitive, but
No,
a lot of it was weird, like possible. But there's so many possibles.
Yeah.
There's too many.
I got like
You know?
weird vibes in the house. Like I didn't see anything beforehand.
Yeah.
And I could feel like there was a vibes going on, and
See, nothing really struck me as odd about the house
Yeah.
until the freaking chain incident.
which was weird. Which we can't even, to this day, we don't know. We don't know if it was like, it sounded like essentially a chain. What's going on? What are you giggling about?
I'll tell you in a minute. Keep going.
We were
I gotta get more information.
we were in the carriage house, which used to be the slave quarters.
So yes, but and then it's also, we were standing in what was the gift shop at the time. Or
That's the carriage
yeah,
house.
and then there's a bathroom in the back. So and then wait, so if you picture a house on the corner, it was an alleyway on the side of it that we
Yeah.
were facing the window to the alleyway, and then the main street was right there. So we heard chains. Now we could have been anything. Could have been. It sounded like chains from a dumpster. Like if you went outside and you putting the top of a dumpster up to throw garbage in.
Yeah.
Sometimes it would be chained shut so people don't throw garbage that doesn't belong to you.
It sounded like a drag.
But it did sound
It
draggy.
did sound like it was dragging.
So here's my little skeptibility about this thing.
Oh, I don't blame you. There's tons of it here.
That could have been a coincidence that we heard a chain, right?
Yeah.
And on the other note, the tour guides are probably told to play into that shit too. Maybe.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like, since it was a coincidence, there was a chain noise.
What it wouldn't have struck me as odd if our tour guide. The thing is, she didn't even acknowledge it. She didn't look good. Like she didn't even bring it up.
Yeah.
I'm the one who said something.
Think
I'm
she
like,
was a ghost?
Did anybody hear that? Like
Yeah.
she didn't really want to acknowledge it, and I could tell by the look on her face. I mean, she's either a really good actress or she really didn't want to acknowledge it at all. Until I said, she's like, yeah, and everyone was like, yeah.
Well, she was telling
You
her
know?
stories how she's seen shit sometimes. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
she didn't want to go in the room upstairs. Remember, she's like,
Yeah.
I won't go in there. Now, maybe she's just hamming it
It's
up.
hard to tell.
That's why,
But-
like, when I think of things like that and like the Lizzie Borden inn, which is supposedly
Did
haunted.
you ever do
too,
that down in Fall River?
Yes, I haven't been
We should
there.
do that sometime.
But
That'd be
like,
fucking
I am
wild, huh?
skeptical of things like that because
Yeah.
they are an attraction. But on the flip side, like what I've been told before is if they were caught,
Yeah.
doing something like that, they'd be screwed.
Well, the credibility would go out the window.
Yeah,
too,
and
so.
you don't want that. So you know what I mean. So
It's a possibility. I mean, hey, I think I take everything with a grain of salt because some of it could be real, some of it could not be real. The chain thing was very interesting.
well, I wish we had that audio, but we don't. But definitely the
right?
voices were the more compelling.
Yeah, so then when you went back to listen to the video that all of us had taken and you
Yeah.
took pieces from it, then you did hear some
Yeah.
interesting stuff there, right?
There were some things I did throw out that I heard, but I knew we were still in a room full of people, and
Yeah.
I couldn't. There's nothing I could do about that. Like I said, I'm a believer, almost a skeptic, and I think people when they hear, I think most people when they have a paranormal encounter, everything after that is always paranormal.
Yeah.
and that's not good. Like I think if
Well,
you
yeah.
have a paranormal encounter, look into it. And be a skeptic because you look like an idiot if you say something is paranormal and then eventually it turns out.
I think definitively the only way to really get to the grasp of it is if we went there, just like you and I, or you by yourself, and there was no, you took all the other variables of other people being there, and you know what I
Yeah.
mean, try to come down to a sense of it to see what's actually going on.
But those two that I had, and especially when Eric was grabbed, and then you heard something sound like with his ankle,
yeah,
was a little bit weird.
it was a little odd.
Yeah, and the other one, I have no idea what it was saying, but it didn't belong.
I was spooked out. I can tell you that much, especially when we went down to the basement. The living room, we did the upstairs and stuff like that. None really got to me.
Yeah, it's just like old.
But when we went into the basement, it was dark, and I know it's the ambiance of it, and it's kind of like, it was kind of a little eerie to a point, but, I mean, it was interesting. I did enjoy it. But in that same token, I've been to a lot of haunted places up in Salem as well.
Yeah.
I've even done, like, the graveyard at night and stuff like that and everything.
Yeah.
And I'd never really encountered anything.
You see, cemeteries are safe to me because
Yeah.
I feel like whatever happened to them, it happened somewhere else.
True.
And that place would be haunted.
Yeah,
they're
that's
laid
true.
to rest in the cemetery.
Yeah, that's where their bodies are just
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like a cemetery would be the safest place, and nothing would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Personally,
That is true.
I don't believe in like poltergeist shit. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I believe in like ghost stuff happening, but think of the amount of energy. If ghosts are real, the amount of energy it would take to pull from something to actually do something.
Yep.
It would need some kind of source to pull from, right?
That's
so
true.
now that's why I believe in more subtle things because it seems more plausible to me. I mean, again, there's no evidence to back this, but like I can imagine to manifest, to actually see something standing in front of you, it would need a power source to pull from that is massive.
So you're thinking just so that other realm of possibilities is kind of impossible, whereas just a ghost is floating around who's between sides, essentially.
Yeah, it's like
more
something would
realistic. I
throw a
get ya.
chair, really. I find it hard to believe something could pull. And maybe it's possible. I don't know. Nobody knows. But like to actually, that's why I don't. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't,
the pulling the chair is weird, but I do think that like ghosts could like make like chimes ring or like wind, or
It's
you could
subtle.
feel them because
Yep.
it's like it's because they're in the matter of a sense that they're half human, half ghost, so they still produce like a breeze when they go by. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So they
and-
do produce some kind of element into the fourth dimension. I don't know. I just think it is possible. I mean, your mind can make yourself think even worse than it is. You know what I mean when
Exactly.
you think about it, but.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's always a possibility. I mean, fucking weird things have happened.
I've
right?
always wanted to see something definitively. Where I can
Yeah.
see- I mean, I've seen some stuff I can't explain it, but nothing definitively in front of me where I'm like, holy shit, that's like.
It's like, yeah, that's
100%
definitely a fucking ghost.
So
That thing got me.
please haunt me. I really would love to see you.
See, other people they don't haunt. Little kids.
Little kids always see them.
Yeah, because I think because their mind's not.
Yeah, who knows? I find that interesting.
I think
It's,
little kids have a better chance of seeing dead ghosts because they don't know the difference between. They're not taught that ghosts are not something that may exist or not.
Yeah.
They just think it's just something out of their living day.
It's like still being molded in their brains.
Yeah, like for them, it's just like, oh, it's just, that's Bob walking down the street. Oh, that's a ghost that flies by. They don't know that that's something that's not maybe supposed to be there, kind of thing.
I
you
know.
know?
I got into paranormal stuff when I was younger because of something that happened when I was little.
Yeah.
And it was when I was outside playing, and I remember looking up into the house that I grew up in was built during the Civil War, so it's a very old house. And I remember looking up though, and it's clear as day, seeing a face look back at me in the upstairs window, and it was so clear. I thought it was my brother wearing a mask to try to scare me. Right,
Shit.
I ran in the house to actually rat him out to my mom.
Yeah.
Right? Right? But I walk in the house, and he's downstairs in the kitchen. There was no possible way for him to get from up here down to the kitchen in the amount of time I was playing outside to go inside. And that actually kind of freaked me out a little bit.
And now he plays professional football in the NFL.
No, he used to.
Used to, yeah.
It might be XFL now.
Might be XFL.
Right?
Funny things how things change. Yeah, my sister was little. She was running around the house. Like, we have a ranch, so you can get into the kitchen 2 different ways from the living room. And she was running around. My mother was asking what she was doing. She's like, oh, I'm chasing my friend. And she's like, what do you mean you're chasing your friend? She's like, oh, he's a little boy. He's dressed in white. He's just running around.
That's tough. And that's hard, though, because you don't know if they really do have an imaginary friend, if they're really seeing something.
Could be.
Have you talked to your sister about that since?
Yeah, she doesn't remember it. But then again, wouldn't an imaginary friend, to a sense, maybe be a ghost?
Exactly. That's why it could go both ways. Like,
yeah.
That's why it's difficult. It could be a little kid just
like a little kid fucking around, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen anything. I don't think. I mean, I've had sex with a ghost, but, I mean...
That would be a incubus. That's what it's called.
She was dead for 45
An
minutes.
incubus. Supposedly, incubuses are...
The band?
that is a band, but an incubus is a ghost that has sex and wants your sperm to create. But they want your sperm for demons to create demons.
You know who loved incubus? Doubleback.
Doubleback.
He was a fucking incubus. I remember us fucking in the old Jeep.
They had a few hits.
Yeah. Incubus. Boom, boom, boom. It was that song. It was like this goes back to the day where I had the old Jeep and I didn't have a CD player, so I had a portable Discman.
Yeah.
I had duct tape to the dashboard with one of those tapes you put into the tape.
Yep.
You remember those, right?
Yep.
And we were jamming out to a mix CD that we made and had a little incubus on it. Some good stuff, you know.
Yeah.
What would you find on your phone? Here she goes.
LeBron's hair falling out
I saw
Saturday
that.
during the game.
Yeah.
And then he had help putting it back in.
Yeah,
Like he had a
Anthony
toupee?
Davis pointed it out. No, he gets plugs, and I guess where he sweated so much, like the lace. It ended up not being a really good story because you can't see good video.
So he has hair plugs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, he's pretty bald.
He is.
He's my age, too. Isn't that fucking fucked?
So his
So
fake
it's like
hairline.
practically our age. I'm only a year in front of you.
No, you're fucking 43.
Came
I'm not.
undone.
Why do you keep saying that?
So it
36.
like rolled halfway back his head
Gotcha.
past his band that he wears.
That's cute.
Tommy.
All right, so I'm going to run through some cryptic creatures here.
Okay,
right? I want you to
cryptic.
tell me
Ooh.
if you think they exist.
Okay.
All right. What are your odds? What are you feeling about Bigfoot?
So I don't think the Bigfoot exists, but I think there is a species of say like a monkey or a gorilla type species that's out there.
Okay.
That's very rare, lives in a very isolated area, but is almost human to the point where it knows enough not to make itself seen, but at the same time, you know.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
You know what I mean? So it's like, because, I mean, this is what really gave that away for me, too, because they're finding species of animals still to this day that they haven't discovered. They've been around for hundreds of thousands of years, and they just never knew they existed. And it's because these animals are just either hard to find, you're not looking for them, you know what I mean?
And it could be elusive and know what it's doing and smart enough.
Exactly. And at the intelligent levels, they're smart enough. It knows enough that people are looking for it and doesn't want to be caught.
What I find odd is a lot of cultures have their different version of it, which just makes me think there's something to it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be naive enough to think we've seen, there's so much land we haven't seen. So I wouldn't
There
rule
is.
it out, but more, I would say, unlikely than likely that it exists. But possible. I can't rule it out.
Yeah, it's a cross between man and gorilla, if it's sense. You know what I mean? I think to a point.
I do think it's more likely, though, that there is a Loch Ness creature, because we haven't seen as much of the ocean as we have land.
Oh, there's definitely
Something Loch Nessie-ish. Not necessarily the Loch Ness monster
There is
itself. But,
definitely.
you know.
Well, and because they found this in other areas. We were up in Burlington, Vermont last summer, and Lake Champlain's right there.
Yeah.
And they have a legend of a lake monster that lives in that lake as well.
But does that funnel into the ocean?
Yeah,
that, like, connected
but
to
all
the ocean
lakes
a
do
lot?
at some point, one way or another.
Yeah, but not.
But
big
this
enough
this
to
would be
actually-
extremely difficult because you would have to go all the way up into Canada, all the way down the St. Lawrence River. Then it would filter into a subterranean form of water, and then actually it connects to the Hudson River at the very top. So it's actually the very top of the Hudson River.
Yeah.
So for it to hit the ocean would be quite difficult.
But the thing is, we've only seen 10% of the ocean floor. So
Well, that's it. So
there's more likelihood of something Loch Nessie being out there.
but this lake that's up there in the middle of Vermont, they could have something similar to that, and the thing just grew too big to leave. You know,
Maybe. Okay. Jersey Devil.
Jersey Devil.
The Jersey Devil is
To me, that's like the chupacabra.
the southern New Jersey. We'll get to Chupacabra.
Okay.
Because
Because they're almost the same, right?
The southern New Jersey and Philadelphia folklore, the Jersey Devil, is a legendary creature said to inhabit the Pine Barrens of South Jersey. The creature is often described as a flying biped with hooves, but there are many variations.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I buy into this one.
I think for the fact that where it's located and it's the amount of people that live there, that I feel like the more volume of people there'd be more likely of a chance for it to be seen.
But granted, the Pine Barrens is like almost the size of Connecticut.
True.
So there's a lot of land there, but still, I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying this one. I think it's a great tale.
Yeah.
But I don't think so.
I feel its
No.
geographic location of where it's located is what disqualifies it from actually possibly being real.
Yes.
I feel like if it was more of a rural area in which most people don't go to, I feel like even though it's the size of Connecticut, it's still New Jersey and there's still people around. You know what I mean? It's not like it's like in the middle of nowhere.
Yes, which brings me to Chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
Yeah. Now, I know people have seen things like there's been footage out there of things that think of as Chupacabra, but are probably like a mix of a dog-wolf hybrid.
Yeah.
They've seen that stuff. Chupacabra, not buying it.
You don't believe in the Chupacabra?
The Chupacabra is a legendary creature of the folklore parts of Americas with its first sighting reported in Puerto Rico. The name comes from the animal's reported habitat of attacking and drinking the blood of livestock.
It's called the bloodsucker. That's how it loosely...
Yeah, the Mexican ghost sucker.
Yes, that's how it translates into. It sucks the blood of the goats.
Now, do I think there are things out there that are a mix of, let's say, a wolf and a dog that mated, that looks sinister, that friggin' kill livestock? Yeah.
Could.
Definitely.
Yep.
A actual chupacabra. I don't know. I'm not sure about this one.
Want to hear a funny story? There was this chubby Spanish man who spoke very, very, very little English. I used to work at the Square One Mall when I worked there back in the day, and he was a janitor, and he used to call me the Chupacabra, and so I'd always look at him and I'd point to him like, "Mote loco Chupacabra," and then we'd give him a free sandwich occasionally. And then he was found out in at Christmas time at the North Shore Mall. I guess he worked at both malls. That him and two other Spanish janitor guys had this like thing going on when the mall closed. They were breaking into stores and stealing hundreds of $1,000s worth of merchandise.
What does this have to do with the Chupacabra?
Because he used to call me the Chupacabra when he walked by me.
What does this have to
So all I remember is one day when he got caught, he was in the news. The guy who worked with Alvin Penn texted me and goes, "The Chupacabra got caught." And it was that big, fat, chubby Spanish guy that would call me the Chupacabra. And for this day on, I would always remember the Chupacabra.
There is a list of there's like 50 creatures here that like we've never even heard of. But I'm just going with the popular ones here that are more common.
I do believe in the Chupacabra, by the way.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I think it does
That's
exist.
Cool. I will.
Some kind of animal of that sort.
Yeah. Well, what about Mothman?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think man. I don't think any. That's
what it's named. It doesn't mean. The public gives us that name. It doesn't mean the creature itself is. The Mothman is a West Virginia folklore. The Mothman is a creature reportedly seen in the Point Pleasant area from November 12, 1966 to December 1967. The first newspaper reported was published at the Point Pleasant, registered date, and entitled Couple C. Now, here's the thing about this story that always kind of puzzled me was. The stories have been consistent, and it even was only a short period of time. I believe the people that saw something, believe what they saw.
True.
I don't necessarily mean that's what it was.
Yep.
But I believe that these people aren't telling a lie in their mind, anyway.
They at least seen something that they think is something.
Yeah. They're not in whatever this.
They're not imagining lights and shit or animals. It could be something they've seen that's clearly not that.
Yeah,
but that's what they interpret it to be. I dig that.
Like I buy these people, like hearing their stories over the years and reading what they saw. I truly believe that's what they think they saw.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Not necessarily what they did see. They saw something with glowing eyes and but
just like people see UFOs and shit.
Yeah,
I think the same
exact
thing.
UFOs are there.
Well, I mean, I've done probably almost 1 million miles driving since I was 16 years old. So in the last 21 years of fucking driving, I probably hit almost 1 million miles, I think, from all the trips I've taken and stuff. Now, granted, with that, there's been nights where I was driving in the middle of the night, in the middle of, like, fucking Missouri, or the middle of the desert. There's some fucking shit you see out there.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
this stuff.
Yeah.
Whether it's an airplane or whatever.
Military experiment, yeah.
But it could be not.
Might not be.
Yeah, fuck.
I do think that, I would say, I believe that about anything that's reported that's in the air are either first. There's two things that I think they are first, which is either top secret military, testing, or it is a satellite.
Could be a satellite. Yeah.
It usually is one of those two. The first indicator is blinking light. If it has blinking lights, automatically rule it out because it's a plane. Anything anything in the FAA, it has blinking lights.
True.
Right. So that's number one. Number two. Usually right after because this happened to me. That's why I looked it up and it turned out to be a satellite. Anything that isn't blinking, and if it's shortly after sunset, just because the sun is down doesn't mean light isn't still reflecting. Mm-hmm. So it could be actually still a satellite, but it's glowing. But the light from over that you can't see because the sun has started to set still catches on that.
Yep.
So it looks like it could be a ship, but it's a satellite. So if it's still within a couple hours after sunset, and it's not blinking, it's satellite.
So I drove through Nevada from Las Vegas to Reno.
Yeah.
By myself. It was a 4.5 hour drive. I did it on a Monday morning, precisely, and it was in August, end of August, close to Labor. It was the Sunday. So it would have been the Monday before Labor Day. So it would have been, what would have been Labor Day? Hold on, maybe that would have been Labor Day. Yes, because yes. So it was Labor Day, Monday, Labor Day.
Yeah.
And it was a 4.5 hour drive through the desert, about 115 degrees outside on average. I was the only car for hours at that point in time. It was a very trying and emotional and psychological activity that I've never thought. I had filled my car with water because I know there was not ability to get some. Filled up my tank when I could. There were hours where I didn't see another fucking vehicle.
That sounds, how do you say awake?
It was the extraterrestrial highway I took, which was 95 that goes right through.
I know you did the Area 51 thing. I know, I saw the video.
So what I gathered from that is there was enough shit out there that you're by yourself that you can imagine shit, I think. Because when I had to take a piss, I couldn't go to like a bathroom, so I would just pull over to the side of the road and piss on the side of the car.
No light pollution. You can probably see into the sky pretty good.
You could, and so did you see those people that stormed Area 51?
The few that actually, yeah. There's a couple of Norwegians, well, they know Swedish, and a couple of kids got arrested for that.
So here's the thing. Our friend Daily Woo did it. He went out there. So this is going to be an annual festival every year where people are going to meet at Rachel, Nevada, where I went, where the Little Alien Inn is, which we have a little shot glass up there. And the people who actually work at Area 51 are very friendly. They let the people walk up to the gate to take a picture.
Yeah, right there they did. Well, that's like the gate before the gate. Like,
well,
it
like
is. It is. It's not like the like.
But if you watch installation, but did you watch any of the video?
I've seen this. I've seen a few videos.
The security guys were all chill about it. They were cool. They're like, as long as you don't cross this line, we're going to be cool for you. So they let you drive up the highway, go to the gate, and they just sat there with AK-47s and be like, you guys could stay here and take all the pictures you want. We'll take pictures of you, but if you cross over that line, we're going to kill you.
Yeah.
And no one went over the line. And there was this drunk guy who was thinking about it, and the guy had the AK-47 pointed at him. He's like, you really don't want to do that because we do have ability to kill you.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, no. But like, so it's a cool festival in Rachel, Nevada. I've been to Rachel, Nevada. I went to the Little Alien Inn. I popped in there. I would really, really, really love to be like in an RV and camp there overnight in the middle of the desert, just to get an idea what that's like.
Yeah.
Because you really don't get an idea of it until I was out of the desert before it was dark. I was out before 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So I didn't really get to experience darkness.
Yeah.
But I think there would be an eeriness that would trump most haunted houses, being in the desert by yourself after hours.
I've only had one moment like that in my life, and when I was in Tasmania, and I was in this town called Pacino, and I was on these rocks.
The guy was with the devil with Al Pacino. Oh,
not Al, but Pacino. And
Pacino,
it was really late at night, and I saw this is the only time something like this ever happened, and it's something I think anybody would pay to see. I saw this thing moving in the sky, and I just thought, I actually thought it was a shooting star at first because it was going, and then it stopped, and then made like a check mark, reversed in the other direction.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, no, that really fucked with me for a little while.
How far is Tasmania from the biggest major city you were in?
Tasmania, I mean, I would say Australia probably, because it's the island off the coast of Australia.
Okay.
So I would say it's.
Oh, so you're in the island. That's right. Okay, I'm thinking it was like a province of.
No, it's part of Australia technically, but it's an island off the coast of it.
Okay.
But
how isolated are you there?
In Pacino, pretty isolated.
So,
but there's still like population. Like it's not like it's a ghost town.
Yeah,
but it's small.
And you get figured that part of the world, there's not much around it.
Yeah.
I mean, Australia's pretty isolated. I mean,
that's extremely. Who knows? Could be military. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? You could bypass Australia and be fucked like the Malaysian airplane was. I mean, once you go too far, you're dead.
That guy knew what he was. That guy who put that plane down, though. He knew what he was doing. He was on a suicide mission.
That was a suicide.
He's like, I'm going to drop this in the water.
Yeah,
no one's going to detect it.
It had to be a suicide mission.
Yeah.
Because I think even if you were like on autopilot or something like that and you forgot about it, there'd be some kind of alarm system that would go off, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And I think if you knew you were too far off course and you realized how far you were off course at that particular moment, I mean, we all seen inside cockpits. There's fucking GPS maps that show you exactly where you are, right? And you wouldn't, if you say you didn't even realize it and hours went by and you're like, oh, fuck, I'm really off track. Wouldn't you realize that the time of your travel is taking longer than it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
And if that was the case, then you go into emergency mode because you could probably get to an airport within 45 minutes. At least a military base on an island somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right.
So it's like, at that point, there should have been enough time to realize, hey, I got to do something.
Yeah.
Which I think that. So yeah, I think I agree with you. It was a suicide mission. The guy killed everyone. The guy was a sociopath. I mean, they know it's not talking much about it though, huh? It kind of.
Yeah, it kind of dissolved.
This
After
guy
a while.
went away,
He
right?
knew what he was doing. He
Yeah.
flew under certain things so the radar couldn't detect it. He had it calculated.
Yeah,
He
this
gonna
guy
take-
was gonna kill himself
and
you
take
know?
people with him and
Well,
not let them find him. This is pretty
And
messed up.
what I say to that is, listen, I know a lot of people out there want to kill themselves and stuff, and I would be like, hey, listen, don't kill yourself, but get some help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you're gung ho about fucking killing yourself,
Yeah.
there's no need to take other people down with you.
No, there isn't. Although I will say though, I've always said, God, there are days I'm like, God, I wish the world would freaking end. Like,
Yeah.
I don't, you know what? People look at me like, that's depressing. I'm like, no, because I have no desire to take my life. But you know what? If everyone else is coming with me,
I think this guy thinks that.
I'm all right with that. No, I think he's on a different level. I don't know. I don't know. He's just.
He has. I think you're right. I think he is on the Adderall. Talk about the nomadic fanatic.
He talks he's on something. He talks really
Yeah.
fast, and but I gotta run this way.
He gets very upset when people leave opinions and comments on this thing that are very negative. Instead of just because you don't think Tim Track is getting 100% of positive activity, right?
No.
But he just doesn't talk about the negative.
Does the nomadic fanatic fight back, or does he?
Yes, he just gets bitchy and it just eggs on the trolls rather than just ignoring the trolls. Because you can just ignore the trolls and no one knows they exist.
Yeah.
Right? He just eats into them.
Yeah.
It's very odd.
Yeah.
Like I guess he was in a situation where he was in Slab City. You ever hear of Slab City?
No, where's that?
So it's in California. And it's probably like 100 and something miles from LA, and it's in the middle of the desert. And it's a giant slab of it used to be an old military base that's been abandoned, and people live out there full time, like nomadic,
Oh,
like
wow.
or like, and people just like you can go there and visit and check it out. And he's been there a couple of times, and there's people that go out there and accept their RVs, but it's like literally there's no government, there's no police department. It's all situated.
Oh God, it's at the Wild West.
It
out
is
there?
literally the Wild West, yeah. And they have this like giant monument to Jesus and stuff, and they have like these little communities, and some people who have been out there for 20 years and haven't left. It's like a very interesting. It's something I would love if I was driving through in an RV. Check this thing out. It's like 100 miles off the beaten path.
That's cool.
But it's like they call it Slab City. And anything like that's airy at night that would be very, very interesting. But I'd feel like I'd be a little safer in an RV than I would be in a tent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you see, I'm that guy that if life was a horror movie, I would be the first one killed.
Yeah.
Because I'm that idiot who hears something. I'm like, let's go check that out.
Yeah.
When I should be running in the opposite direction.
There was one time I was up in Maine on my family vacation. We had my sister had brought her old boyfriend up with her, and we heard a screeching of a tire, and we heard a scream in the woods. Now we're in the middle of nowhere, and he flipped out and he grabbed a fireplace poker. And it was like, we're going out there to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's how people die in horror
Yep.
movies.
And that's how I would die too. I want to be like, let's check it out. What's going on? What's going on? I'll run toward it.
I don't think Nola likes that you're trying to twist the baby's head around. I think
Well, no, she came over and told her to go away.
she's gonna.
See, I'm trying to be protective of it.
Yeah.
You know, so I got to be careful.
She's like, Adam, I'm gonna bite you when you're not looking. Save the baby, put it on my back, and run to the wild.
Yeah.
So UFOs, so you went down the list. So with Loch Ness type stuff, I think exists.
I think Loch Ness exists. Not necessarily in Loch Ness, but a Loch Ness creature.
A lake, a large
exists
body.
because
So
the
I
ocean-
wouldn't be surprised if there's large bodies of like of animals living in the Great Lakes.
Oh, definitely. Or not necessarily even the ocean itself.
Well, the ocean's a different story. Ocean is definitely shit living in there we haven't even found.
Yeah,
yet.
exactly. Because I mean, like I said, we've only seen 10% of the ocean floor.
That's
We've seen more. We know more, even though we still know dick. But we've seen more of space than we have our own ocean. Which is
Do you know what's funny? That if the ocean was drained, the highest location of the ocean would be higher than any mountain on the earth.
I believe it. Yep.
The peaks and the values of down there, and the
Values?
valleys.
Valleys.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
So like the highest mountain that's underwater is an island essentially. It was a volcano. Yeah. Is that you? Yeah, it's a whirlwind potato football. What were you talking about football and a whirlwind potato?
I did a Super Bowl thing.
Ah, that's right. Because I can hear your voice in the background.
I know. I can kind of hear it too. It's a little weird.
Maybe it's
What else we
paranormal
got?
activity.
I'm trying to think of other things. Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think of ghost? haunted houses? Do you like people's houses? You think they're haunted?
Yeah, some are, I think.
Yeah.
Like I said, the house I grew up in, I'm convinced is haunted. I'm not scared of things like that, though.
Yeah.
Because I'm more afraid of the people that are alive.
Yeah, they're a little
You
more
know,
dangerous. I mean,
They're
they
a
can
lot
shoot
more
a gun.
dangerous, you know?
Ghosts typically don't have the really the active opposable thumbs to cause any damage.
And like I said, I don't believe in like, I don't believe in hostile, like throwing chairs and.
Yeah, no, I don't believe in that shit either.
I don't. If anything can prove me wrong, go for it. Ghouls, do it.
Would you have sex with a ghost?
Ooh.
Like it was like a ghost you seen. It was like, oh, a fucking hot chick, and you're like, oh, she's like, I want to bang you.
I'll tell you this: I'd rather have sex with a ghost than an alien.
Mm.
Because I don't know if you know, I don't know if there's praying mantis rules, and I stick my dick in there, it gets bit off at the end.
Ooh,
you don't know.
it's a good one.
You don't want to end up like a praying mantis.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have sex with a ghost too. I think
I'd
it would
rather
be
have sex with a ghost
be very interesting.
because they're not real. It's not cheating or doing anything bad.
How
right?
do you? Yeah, I mean,
There's nothing immoral about that.
what if you feel it though?
The
I
person
feel it'd
doesn't
be very
exist.
cold though, because they're very cold. It
That's true.
wouldn't be very warm.
Didn't you guys like wake up? I remember you telling me about like, didn't you like wake up one night and like it was like really cold and the dogs were like being weird?
That's like every night.
It's like every.
It's fucking house.
No, I remember you
Dogs
telling me
are being
something.
weird.
I
It's
remember you
cold in
telling-
the house.
No, I think it was the night.
Eric's
remember
walking
I
around
brought
naked.
the haunted doll over, the doll that I bought off eBay that was supposed.
Yeah, what'd you ever do with that thing?
I still have it.
Was
It's locked up in a box. It can't get to
The
anybody.
thing's gonna kill you someday.
No, it won't. It's protected.
What are you smirking about
Nothing's
over
gonna
there?
happen.
Oh,
But the day I brought that over, remember, you were dropping things.
Yeah, no, it was
equipment's
freaky.
failing.
I gotta say that was fucking freaky.
I still have it. But
Was that last Halloween?
Yeah. It's kept under lock and key.
So that was last year or the year before?
It was last year.
Was it last year?
Yeah.
And that's when you dressed up as like you were in the orange
Prisoner.
jumpsuit, right?
Yeah, it's on my joint jumpsuit.
What's your I know you guys do a big Halloween costume contest at
Yeah,
your work,
oh,
right?
yeah, it's a big deal.
What are you doing this year?
I created a character. It's Office Batman.
Okay.
So here's the thing: I'm gonna wear a Batman mask, but still a shirt and a tie with a name tag. It says hi. It says hi. My name is Bat, but it's gonna say Brew, but Batman, like almost like I want to say Bruce,
Yeah.
right? And I'm gonna talk like this
All day.
all day.
Even when you talk to the Chinese people when you're negotiating prices for the
I'm
cargo.
gonna stay in character.
Nice. Are you doing like a joint costume with anyone?
No.
Or no, you just by yourself?
No, it's stupid.
What do you guys win?
It's usually like something
Day
like
off
like
or
a
something?
yeah, like that was one year.
Yeah.
Like maybe a $50 Target gift card.
I think I'm gonna dress up as Susan. How's that sound? Like a pregnant lady with a baby in my belly.
I actually like Halloween a lot. I know you guys aren't big into Halloween, but
There was an F at the beginning of that. Pregnant.
Yeah, pregnant lady. With a
He's
baby in
being
my
like
belly.
fucking pregnant.
Fucking pregnant lady.
No.
You told me you didn't like when I talk dirty, so I was gonna say the F word, but I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can think of another word that was going to be said that starts with an F.
This is a family program, and we don't talk about people like that. We don't use that word.
You saw my costume.
What is it?
Yeah.
You did pregnant nun? I'm
Guess
gonna
what
say
she's
nun.
going.
What is it?
A nun would be hilarious, actually.
What
You
is
should have
That
went as a
would
nun.
be funny. No, I'm not going as a pregnant nun. Pumpkin.
All right.
She
not
ate the
bad.
seeds.
Ow.
Ooh, motherfucker. They asked her if she wouldn't go on the ledge at Chicago with me for fear of that the hit would hit the weight requirements.
She's looking at you like this is news. to
I
her.
gotta tell you, I was extremely scared on.
You're an asshole.
I was extremely scared on Saturday.
You knew this.
No. Saturday, I was very scared, and I'll tell you why. We did the birth class, right? And then we took the tour of where where we're gonna go and stuff. So they put 24 of us on an elevator. Okay,
All right.
half of them were pregnant. That's
Okay.
a little extra weight you get there.
It is.
I wasn't very
How much extra weight do we carry around?
30 pounds. That's allegedly.
So it's like another full person. Not
So
even.
30
It's a child.
times 11. What's that? 3,000 pounds.
Alexa, what's 30 times 11?
30 times 11 is 330.
Okay,
Oh,
so it's
so
like two extra people.
It's like 2 extra people.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you put it like that, see, it doesn't seem so bad.
26 people.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So 26 people.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. That's a lot of fucking people in an elevator.
Yes, but I admit it does sound intimidating at first, but when you break it down, it's like two extra people.
Elevator was
This
fucking
really is a
flying,
horror
too.
story. You'd experience a real life horror story.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
And
Alien.
I will say once the afterbirth that comes out, man. Whew.
So we agreed that she's giving birth naked.
Well, everybody gives birth, kind of.
Well, no. So that we took an option. We checked it off. It's gonna be a naked pregnancy, so she's not wearing anything. And I am myself is also wearing nothing. And the doctors are not wearing anything.
Is this a water birth? No.
No, it's
No
gonna be.
tub?
It's a very natural. It was an option that we had. I checked this off for all of us. I'm gonna be naked. Sue will be naked. The doctors will be naked. The baby will be naked. It'll be birth. It'll be a lot of skin to
Are
skin.
you guys coming to cooking afterwards?
Yeah. No, I requested this because we agreed that it'd be the greatest thing to do. So it's gonna be a lot of naked. The afterbirth. Do you know the placenta is an actual organ?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
It is. You're gonna think everything has come out, and then all of a sudden, everything afterwards. You're like, oh my god, it's not.
So we prepared a. So when you go to the baby shower, we'll be giving out cider that we made.
Oh, I'm looking forward
And
to that.
we're encouraging people to open the cider the day that Henry's born because
Arty.
that's when it's about to be ready.
I don't know, man. I love you, cider.
So in the same token, so in the same container we made the cider, we are bringing it to the hospital of us, and we're going to be catching the placenta in said container. And next year's cider will be made with the placenta juices.
You know what? I know you're just fucking with me, but you know what? There are people that do things that are similar to that.
Yeah.
They're having people that take their have the placenta dried out, put in pill capsules. Because it's supposedly really healthy, and no,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Would you smear it on your naked body?
Sure, why not?
I get a little bit of organ on me.
Susie, you plan on taking drugs for this, or you doing the natural thing?
As soon as I walk in the hospital, they better give me an epidural.
Good. Don't try to be a fucking commando
No,
here.
She's
actually-
don't, because this is gonna happen, and I promise.
She's actually drugged up right now.
If you had said, no, I'm going to do a natural birth, here's what's going to happen. You're going to try to do that, and then at some point you realize, no, I want the drugs. It's going to be too late.
Yeah,
And they're going to say, no, yeah, good.
I'm 100% epidural.
Awesome. You should be.
I need an epidural too.
Yeah.
You can get what was the laughing gas?
Oh fuck! So they were talking about how you can get laughing gas, but like sometimes the down effect is your partner using it too. Oh yeah, when that nurse leaves out of the room, I'm pulling that mask over and going.
I can understand that temptation. Yeah.
Fucking, you ever have you done laughing gas?
Yeah, I was
bro?
there, man. I was.
No, but you've done like in the dentist, right? And stuff like that when you go. Like,
Actually, no, I haven't.
Really?
No, it's
Fucking
my
love.
my dentist is straight Novocaine.
dude, I love laughing gas. I'm actually
had
thinking about it. See if I can get some in the underground market brought to my apartment.
I think I took a huge dose of helium once, which is probably the equivalent.
No.
No, not just once. No,
Helium
no.
could fucking kill you.
Yeah, I remember. I had a huge dose of helium.
Helium
like
will-
in middle school.
It'll burn holes in your lungs.
I couldn't stop. Like,
Metal mallet.
see, that's how it started. I was in middle school once, and I remember just constantly. It was town day, and I was keeping handing helium balloons and I was
Yeah.
dude, I was high walking
Yeah,
around.
you'll fuck yourself up.
Yeah, you can die from
That
that.
could cause some serious damage to your lungs.
Yeah,
Helium is not meant to be breathed in.
no, it's not.
Hey, you talking like this? Hi, everybody. I did it once. I thought it was a fucked up, fucking crazy shit ever, though, right? Though. No, but it was helium, but laughing gas. It's like it's just all it is like a high level of nitrogen. So we breathe nitrogen anyways.
Yeah.
It's just nitrogen without the oxygen, basically, something like that, or less oxygen in the combination. So
Yeah.
it really gets you nice, chilled, and relaxed a little bit. You know what I mean?
Nice. So the last 10 minutes, you want to talk football? I see you have the stats of it. You want to talk football in the last
We
10
can do
minutes?
that. So we all seen the
seem
games
eager.
fucking this weekend. Patriots are still undefeated, of course.
Yeah, you know what? I am hoping that they. I don't want them to go start to this undefeated shit,
Yeah.
because I just feel like it's a recipe for bad. Like it's almost like that kid that needs to get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
It's humbling. And I want them to win a championship. I'm not doing this with the Bruins shit. The Bruins thing, like their fans annoyed me. I want them to lose. This has nothing to do with that. Don't think I want them to lose. I do want the Patriots to win. You know, the stairway to 7. You know,
Stairway to 7.
I do want the stairway to 7, but I do want them to lose like 2 games or so.
I will tell you this.
You know, Baltimore might happen.
With 2 more Patriot wins and 2 more Buffalo losses, right? They could clinch the division.
Oh wow!
So right now we're looking at a 8-0 Patriots and a
Yeah.
5-2 Bills. So the Patriots literally have a 3-game lead over them. I guess you could say, right?
Yeah.
The Patriots are obviously in the division 4-0 of all the teams they played. They still get 2 more division games. They get the Bills one more time. They get Miami one more time. Miami the last game of the season. So that's going to be a useless
But it's in
game.
New England though.
It's in New England, yeah. So you know those Miami Dolphins are already fucking checked out and ready to go on vacation at that point.
Yeah.
So their record in the division right now is 4-0. Bills are 2-1 with still 3 games to play. So in theory, if the Bills lose 2 and the Patriots win 2, that makes the Patriots 10-0 and the Bills 5-4, making it impossible for them to even have a better record than the Patriots if the Patriots won out or lost out, say, and the Bills won out. Because that would make the Patriots 10-6, and at the best, that would make the Bills the same, but they would have the disadvantage because of the division. You know what I mean? So, in theory, bye week, so we're going into week 9, and they have a bye week, week 10. So, by the end of week 11, which is like 3 weeks from now, the Patriots could possibly clinch the division.
Do you think this upcoming week is their biggest challenge?
Who are they playing?
Baltimore. In Baltimore.
So, yes, I think this is the one game, because the Ravens always fuck with us.
Yeah.
That's that team, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So I would say yes. I think this is the hottest game all year. I'm not scared going to Philly. I'm not scared going to KC. Oh, KC's here actually, right? I think they're here.
Yeah, I think they are.
So either or, I think Kansas City's a shell of themselves right now.
Yeah.
And I think Baltimore is the absolute test. But
there's always that one game where it's like, how the hell did they lose this? And they lose,
but I feel like they had a lot more of those last year.
Yeah.
Especially when they were like 500 last year at week 4. Remember they were 2-2.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
They lost to fucking
so
Jacksonville.
Spoiled, 2-2 can be a norm for most teams.
No, it is.
We're so spoiled. It's
So,
ridiculous.
When we look at it, it's like, okay, so yeah, 2-2. Yeah, it's a very normal. It's what most teams should be. At the end of the year.
It's within the range of acceptable.
Yeah.
But
for the Patriots, it's
I know. I've always said I feel really, really bad for whatever coach and whatever quarterback precedes Brady and Belichick, because it's not going to be fair. They're going to be judged on a level.
Well, it's
just like
it's like dating a hot girl, then she dumps you, and then you get the girl after the hot girl.
yeah, like
She's
a girl
just a
that was like
fucking-
you're beyond what you should get.
Rebound broad.
Yeah. It's going to be bad.
It's like every girl that ever dated me. They got the best, and now they got to settle for the basement. Yeah. It's going to be Sue in a few years when she divorces me.
I'm paying attention.
It's going to be like that song, that country song.
Yeah.
Going through the big D and don't mean Dallas. I can't believe what the judge had to tell us. I got the Jeep, she got the Palace. I'm going through the big D and don't mean Dallas. You know that song, Sue? That bring up your childhood?
I've heard it.
Yeah.
Do you want a divorce?
No. Can't afford a divorce. You can barely afford to live.
This is why I do not believe in marriage.
I can't afford it. Why, you planning on once the kid's born, you're like, he, sign the divorce papers.
Are you Michael Jackson over there?
Michael Jackson, Susie.
Shama.
That's what Adam's going to be saying, whisper in your ear as the baby's going to be like, push, good Lord, push,
Ouch, you can beat Shama.
And I'm going to be like, I'm going to leave and just let you guys have a situation. I'm gonna observe the situation and see if she doesn't strangle you.
She won't have the energy. She'll be too
She
tired.
will take the cord of our own newborn baby and
She'll
strangle you
she'll
with
be
it.
too
Do
tired.
you imagine?
She's gonna be tired. She'll be tired.
You think you're gonna be
I'm
tired
gonna be
too?
a bitch.
Yeah, she should be tired.
I don't think she should be
She's
tired.
gonna want a drink, and she deserves one. Right?
Yeah. You're gonna drink some
This is where
cocktails.
you gotta take the reins.
I said I'll bring her in some. I'll bring her in something to drink, but I'm afraid. The only thing I'm afraid of is if she's on medication, they're gonna let her drink, right? I see that being an issue.
Oh boy. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Typically, they don't allow people to drink when they're medicated.
No, that's happy trails.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm just thinking, it's going out there on a limb. I'm going to be intoxicated, though, because I'm going to have to see a vagina. So, do you know what 7 centimeters is?
Yep.
It's a fucking beer can. A baby's supposed to be out at 10.
Did you take a picture of that chart by chance?
I don't know. Why? Should I have? Was that on my homework?
No, I was just curious.
What's annoying though is if you're not a certain centimeter, they send you home.
Yeah, you have to be
They
greater than.
won't let me. Yeah, so they
Gotta be bigger than 6.
They won't admit me until I'm 4 to 6.
Yep, that's exactly what it. Which it hasn't changed at all. But it's funny.
So on the mallet scale, it's a mallet and a half.
But yeah, so it's like I know people that have been turned away.
Yeah, there was like 2 fingers, then it was like 4 fingers, then it was a. Basically, when you.
No, it was like it was this, then it was this.
No, but I've known people that it's like you.
Then it's like this.
You're still going through that.
Basically, 10 centimeters is a fist. If you
there's
could fit
a chance here they might actually make you sit in the lobby and wait until you're.
Yeah, or they like come back and try again.
Yeah, they said they'll if like you're getting close, they'll have you like walk around.
Yep. Yeah.
The old wise tale was take you on an elevator ride. That's what they used to say back in the day. If you need to go into labor, they would take you to it. That's why we were in the fucking Sears Tower. We were up the fucking flying up the elevator. I'm like, holy shit, this might be bad for business.
What did she call it? The ultimate ticket?
Yeah, the ultimate ticket.
So there's like 3 things that we have to meet in order to get the ultimate ticket.
Yeah, it's the ultimate ticket,
to get
all right.
admitted.
The ultimate ticket. 2 tickets to paradise. Yeah. So your scrub should be here by next Wednesday. I ordered them on Amazon. So I want you to be prepared. There is a mask because you are required to wear a mask in the room.
I got gloves, as you know.
I have taken lots of pictures of her undercarriage, so you're familiar with the area prior to getting into the war zone. Yeah. I want to make sure you know the area quite well, and I want to make sure you're able to when the baby shoots out. Like a torpedo. I want to be able to capture.
Well, yes, because we don't want tearing and stitches.
No, that's right.
We want
You're ridiculous.
Which is a possibility, but we don't want that.
And we had to nominate one person to do it, and I nominated you because
I appreciate that, sir.
I felt
I love how you said we had her nominate, and then you say, and I nominated you.
Yeah,
I will say this. I hope this.
What better than a guy we met on Craigslist?
Definitely not sterile. Between Eric destroying the area and dog hair.
Like, Sue, didn't you ever think, like, hey, when I have my first baby, I want a guy that my husband met on Craigslist 5 years ago delivering this baby? I mean, 'cause that's a perfect scenario right there.
I hate when you phrase it like that because it does go both ways. Yeah. I did meet you. You were looking for somebody.
We were looking.
So it does go. I hate how you single me out here. Like, hey, I look at it both ways here,
Well,
man.
I was on Craigslist looking, too. So
exactly. It goes both ways. So I'm not
put that on a T-shirt. Not every day you hang out with people you meet on Craigslist.
It's true.
I mean, the other people that we met on Craigslist didn't work out very well.
Out of all the honestly, everybody listening here, everything that comes out of here that's a lot of bullshit. That is one story that is 100% true. I will say. I will acknowledge that.
It actually took years for us to actually meet after we met on Craigslist.
Which is normal. I think that is a logical procedure. If that's going to happen, at least you test your boundaries. You're like, okay, is this person normal? And it's the same thing both ways.
No, you're right.
And then once you realize the other person isn't going to fuck with you, then it's okay, cool. I can bring you in, and I can bring you in too. Cool. All right, we're friends now.
We start inviting you.
Awesome. It's a very delicate procedure.
It is.
You are the only friend I have ever met off and it's a good story, you know.
And look how many other friends you made through that Craigslist.
It's not one I would preach to a lot of people because they're probably going to end up dead. But
Jesus. Like an our friends, who are you going to kill first?
No. I mean, like if other people met under similar circumstances.
That's right.
That's what I mean.
Because you can't kill us because. You don't kill serial killers. Don't kill people that know.
No, if you're a serial killer, you don't kill people you know. See, I'm smart enough.
Thank
you for acknowledging I'm smart enough.
Yes, no, I was. No. That's what Eric tells me all the time. He's like, "Well, Adam won't kill us because he knows us."
I've said that a million times. I would never.
Well, I don't trust the person who may kill us.
No. Although Eric, to play devil's advocate, Eric, I could pick him off easily.
Did we ever establish if he's actually home or not? I don't think he's home.
I don't know.
He would have been out by now. He would have flew out like Kramer. Like, oh.
I mean, I could pick him off easily though.
Could be passed out. Oh.
Hmm.
There's also two undesirables that live like on the 5th floor to go and sit on the 2nd floor stairs and smoke that Nola does not like very much. Oh yeah. She turned the corner one day and they scared the fuck out of these 2 people smoking on the corner of the stairs.
Nice. That's awesome.
But, she's on Paw Patrol. She's on the DEA. What's going on?
Speaking of, this morning when I took her out to walk,
yep.
I opened the front door and the lady that lives in the corner apartment.
Yep.
She was walking down the hall, so Nola, of course, loses her mind and is barking. Finally, I got her to stop barking, and I apologized to the lady. Nola did let out one more bark as the lady was saying something, and I don't know if she was saying your dog is obnoxious or my dog is the same.
What was the
Wait
old?
a minute. Those don't even sound remotely alike. How could you misinterpret one?
Was it the old? Was it the old lady?
Because Nola barked. Her bark is so loud, so I couldn't.
Was the lady with a dog?
No.
Was she the old lady, old white lady?
Yeah, she's probably like in her 50s.
Yeah, it's the one that we met down the park. She goes, "Oh, I walk by your door all the time and I hear your dog bark." She has the dog that barks her ass off too.
Okay, so she was saying mine does the same.
Yes.
Then.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's good.
Because she didn't have the dog, and I.
If it's
didn't
the one I think
know.
down the hall, yes, it's the one we seen. Then she goes, "Oh, you live on my floor," and I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, I hear your dog all the time." She goes, "My dog barks all the time." She goes, "Now at least I know the name of the dog when I walk by the door and you hear it barking," which would be you, little Nola.
Well, I'm glad it was a
Okay.
good thing. 'Cause
It was 5 o'clock in the morning, so I couldn't tell if she was.
We're gonna be like, "Yo,
Being
what you
mad?
talking about? This is my doggy girl. She's
I
a
know.
rough,
pregnant rage.
pregnant rage."
Not like that, but it's like,
My patience is very thin with anybody.
Yeah,
I'm
so,
sure it is.
So do you want to play a game? Let's push Susie's patience.
No, the pregnant woman. I've had ice cream and shit thrown at me. I'm good. I don't want anything. I'm good. I don't mess with
From
pregnant.
a pregnant
women.
lady or just from people in
No
general?
pregnant woman. No, I
Okay.
don't do this. I don't play this game, buddy. Sorry.
You want to play that game?
No, I don't. No, pregnant women. It's a flip of a flip of the coin, man.
Yeah.
It legit is.
I'm good.
Oh,
It's like 1 minute. They could, who knows? They might get like horny rage. The next minute they want to murder you. And the
So
next
this is
minute-
why
no,
I'm-
I
next
had
minute they're
to-
crying. Like I don't know.
I had to apologize to
See?
my mom 5 times on the phone on the way home.
I once had a bowl of ice cream thrown at me, and then 2 seconds later, I'm so sorry. It's all over the board, man.
Does this make
Don't
me,
fuck with it.
Does this make me fucked in the head? Like I like pushing the buttons.
Don't with this.
I feel like I'm dancing with a nuclear missile here, and I'm
this
like,
is Halloween. Do not mess with this. I'm telling you, do not. It could be fine. Like it could be fine. You could mess with them, and there's fine.
I don't know,
Do you really want to tamper with it? Though?
I just really enjoy it. I don't know why.
I mean, hormones.
I
Are a crazy
love
thing, man.
pushing buttons.
I do think some people use hormones as an excuse, but I also believe in sometimes. It's
and of
legit.
course, anyone who
Yeah.
knows me knows that I like pushing buttons. So
You
the
do.
best way to fight that is just to go along with it. That way, I get bored.
But see, I think you. Here's the thing I've noticed about you.
Yeah.
You let on like sometimes you're a dum dum, but you're not.
Oh yeah.
No. Like sometimes
Playing
the
stupid?
things-
You mean I mastered that?
I know, but the thing is, I think sometimes you're afraid to show your smartness because you're afraid you might get blackballed as someone who's smart.
I don't want to be a smart person.
So, no, I think it's being
I
smart, buddy.
rather have secret knowledge.
I think
that no
sometimes
one knows about.
you're afraid to show as smart as you are to be branded as a dork.
That's
I truly believe
perhaps.
that.
I don't want to be a dork.
Because I've seen little shades of Arty. See, now you're laughing. See, I got
Listen.
you in an awkward position. I've seen shades where Arty is smart, and I'm like, oh my god, wow, cool.
I mean, I did.
You know, but I think you're afraid to let that go out
Listen,
there sometimes.
I was National Honor
You know?
Society and did finish 8th in my high school graduation. I could have probably been valedictorian if I actually gave a shit.
No.
But you know what? I was
don't
too
think it's
busy
an artifact.
chasing-
It doesn't matter if this is an artifact. I
pussy.
know you are a smart guy, buddy.
I'm in that book
Right.
right there for 2008 of who's who around college.
matter. See, you're diverting from what I'm
I
saying.
was the who's who.
You were?
Yeah.
No.
No, but
The
buddy,
who's who's in colleges?
see, we're diverting.
Like the national organization that picks certain people from colleges?
Yeah.
So you're in the. Did you get the book?
No.
Why? Then how do people know you were who's who? What year?
I don't remember.
Because you might be in that book.
But
I
see,
remember getting all of the stuff though.
Yeah.
my point is, I think you're smarter than you let on.
Oh, I'm very smart. I'm a borderline super
But
intelligent.
certain, no, let's not push that.
I'm 120 IQ.
Dude, you came in Revere. You live in Revere. You're a Revere guy.
I was an
I hope
educator.
Henry gets your brains on.
I was an
No,
educator.
no.
What'd
I
you
mean,
educate in
we
Revere?
all have things about us. Everyone has pluses and minuses of what their certain things. I think you are smarter than me in certain levels. I'm smarter than you in certain levels. Other people have X's and O's in certain areas that are better than others. It's just,
Yeah.
that's life. You know what I
It is
mean?
what it is.
But I do believe in certain ways you are a lot smarter than you let on.
Which is exactly why I like being a smartass.
But I think sometimes playing stupid's better because you get more information.
Oh, dude, I learned a long time
Yeah.
ago, never ever give your full ability of doing something. Always do it to about 80%. That way,
Yep.
some days when you,
Do enough not to get fired.
yes, and some days when you're dropping down a little bit and you need to bump it up a little bit, then you bump it up to 90% to make up for the difference. But
This
you
is
never,
what I'm talking about.
Ever show 100%.
This
never.
is why J.D. Drew was my idol.
Yeah,
The baseball
That's
player,
right, it's
remember?
true.
It
Yeah.
was he would hit home runs, and the next day he's got to have off.
That's it.
And people, but when he would do something extraordinary, people are like, "Oh my God, he's awesome!" But then people, he sucks when he doesn't do anything. But it made his extraordinary things seem
yeah.
even more extraordinary.
No, it's absolutely. I could have been a smarter student. I could have got better grades, but I done the max. I used to call it the maximum minimum. It was the absolutely maximum you could do for the minimum to get by.
Yeah.
And that is my moment of life.
I'm on to you, the Arthur DiMaria. I am on to you.
And the reason I do that is because I don't like people knowing how smart I really am. Are you taking a picture of the dog on her back? That's how she sleeps at night.
Well, that's funny.
I woke up in the middle of the night and she's sleeping like that. All fours up in the air like a fucking... The craziest dog ever.
Sometimes her mouth will be like...
Her mouth's wide open, tongue's hanging out. No, she doesn't know what comfort is.
No.
Tommy loves comfort. He likes a nice, comfortable bed, a nice pillow, a blanket. Nola, she would do that
It
on.
looks pretty comfortable to me.
She would do that on concrete, and she wouldn't care. She has no comfort level. The tale of two dogs. This dog needs a fucking spa. This one needs a piece of wood. Look at him just sitting there. Licked it raw. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Put that on a t-shirt. All right, so Halloween you going as
Office Batman.
Office Batman,
I gotta get them my mask.
and I'm going. I think the girls at work got us colorful t-shirts, and we're all going to be Skittles for Thursday. So that should be interesting. I requested yellow, so I'll be the yellow Skittle, which no one likes, which is fine. With
Good
me.
for you for being a team player, buddy.
Listen, I'm not one to fight against the current. I go off the flow.
Yeah, in certain situations you should.
Yes, and so new potato came out today. If you want to plug that real quick.
Yeah, this is a horror movie review, a Netflix horror movie review. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Did you watch Breaking Bad at all?
I have not watched the movie yet. I'm gonna get to that.
So I watched the movie, and I never seen Breaking Bad before.
Well, you can't do that, man.
So I was able to learn a little bit because they do.
Don't tell me anything though. Cause
Yeah, no, but it does give you a percentage of the movie where it does call back certain people, but it doesn't give you the full backstory. So I would suggest you know a little bit about the series before you watch the movie. Otherwise,
why would you watch it without having
I
seen the series?
couldn't sleep, and I was like,
Was it
"Oh."
okay? For someone who has, I'm curious. Someone who hasn't seen the series, how'd you feel about
Well,
it?
it just seemed like a really big episode of the show. Like I feel like it wasn't a movie. I feel like it was just like they could make like 8 or 9 of those.
Okay,
It was an hour and a half long,
all right.
so it was the length of a movie,
Yeah,
right? But it didn't really have like movie criteria. I feel like it was.
I
just-
know exactly what you're saying.
It was just an episode,
Yeah.
which is fine if
Yeah,
they make
yeah.
other ones.
Yeah.
Then you can really start. But it's like it's so it takes place after.
Yes,
everything.
I know that
So
much, yeah.
then,
Jesse Pinkman's in it.
yeah,
it
so
follows him.
he's the main character, I guess.
Yeah.
Jesse. So it just kind of goes what happens afterwards, and goes around, and it's like you're sitting there like, oh, like I could see this just being an episode.
Yeah.
Like it didn't really have to be a movie.
Yeah.
Like so
Well,
what?
The thing is, if you're a fan of the show, then maybe that's good for you. You
Yeah,
know?
so that made me want to watch the show. I'm like, wow,
the show was great.
But it actually brought a lot of loose stuff that I knew about the show that I didn't actually see. It brought loose connections together to bring.
A few of them. Okay.
Yeah, so although any open ends you had, I think this was basically made to close those open ends.
Yeah, don't go there. I know.
But,
Get there. Yeah.
But as someone who never seen the show, I don't know which ones were open ends and
I
which
gotta
ones
get to
not.
horror movie month. Anything I watch in October is horror movie related. I'm going through horror movies like
It's
crazy.
almost over. We're almost in November. Remember, guys,
Unfortunately,
change your clocks back.
that's right.
Saturday night at 2:00 in the morning, it all of a sudden turns to 1:00. Like that meme I just sent out yesterday. Share if I could turn back time, and like, yes, you can. Saturday at 2 p.m. 2 a.m. You can turn back time.
I would find a way.
What are you gonna say?
And don't forget, because you'll miss the shower.
No, you'd be early.
No, you'd be early.
You'd be
So
very
you'd still be
early.
there.
You'd be so early. You'd be like, "Where is everyone?"
Well, all right.
And we're doing an authentic baby shower, so we were suggesting people bring swim chunks and shower caps
Yeah.
because at one point the entire room's turned into a shower. So
Cool.
closer option.
Not a portable jacuzzi though.
It's not a fucking not
No,
yet.
Not a deflatable jacuzzi.
Hope that was on the baby list. So hope someone gets us that. So that's be fun. I can't wait for that fucking jacuzzi. Dogs can't go in there because Nola will fucking pop it the first day she goes in it
Probably.
for fucking mighty claws.
Nails, claws. Yeah.
All right, well that's the show. Go watch the potato, the Packy. The Packy got to 750 people today, and I was disappointed. Remember the days were just dying for people having 7 people. Now under 1,000 is a bad day for me.
Well, it's
But
gonna happen.
one of these days we'll
life.
get
It's a Monday.
Ryan Glover on.
Yeah. Should.
So, and so we'll see you guys next week. Next week, good next week, right?
Yeah. Should be right.
Pending me being in labor, We're good next week. We're in the red zone. After next Sunday, we're in red zone.
Oh,
Oh yeah. No, next Sunday. When are we red zone?
next Monday now.
37 weeks, so 4 more weeks.
Oh
Yeah, you guys got time. Remember, isn't your anniversary the due date?
yeah.
Apparently, or did you just say it to be cute? Come on, let's be honest here.
No, that's
Is
what
it
they
really?
said.
No, it really is December 15th.
That's
the
awesome.
due date.
Because if it was December 14th, I'd be like, you know what? Let's just say it's the 15th.
So,
It'd be
Friendsgiving.
Oh.
We'll probably start red zone.
Make sure you RSVP for Friendsgiving.
Yeah, I need to know how big of a turkey to get.
Yeah, we're just gonna stuff
I
a
wish I
turkey.
could be there.
Stuff a turkey, motherfucker.
I got Jersey, but anyway.
There you go. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Toodaloo, motherfuckers. Bye.